Hey guys, happy Friday. We are here. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty that Rich figured out, and we're here. And hope you guys had a great week. We had a good week. Still have a little bit of illness going through the house, but other than that, we're doing good. We did the Back to Living Room Day on last Sunday. That was a great event. Always is. Let's see what else.
Up, Larry. See you out there. Yeah, we had to do a last minute camera change.
Yes.
One camera just didn't want to cooperate tonight.
No, it was
So we
being
had to
difficult.
scramble, and our engineer had to MacGyver something together.
Yes.
This
So-
camera makes me look fat.
Makes me look fat too. I'm really a size 3. I don't know what's going on here. And I only have my one chin. I don't know what's going on. It's giving me a few. But if there is anything out there that you guys want to talk about, discuss, please feel free to call, like, share, subscribe, and that way you will have the ability to chat with us. If you do subscribe to the channel, you can, if you're on your phone, a laptop, or computer, or your phone, you can hit the chat area and talk with us. Share what you're going through. We will share our experience and our hope. If you are struggling and you need to talk, please feel free to call in and we will, chat with you. You can get us at 267-737-8031. We are here till 10:30 unless I fall asleep. And that could be possible tonight. Anything in the news on your end this?
No, the big drug bust today in Berks County somewhere.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, a lot of cash, a lot of drugs. Didn't get none of the particulars on it. I just seen it come through my feed.
So nothing exciting happening in the recovery world.
One thing I heard about Ozempic today, that diet drug that works pretty well with withdrawal symptoms and everything and all too for alcohol, drugs. Insurance companies aren't covering it, even for people for diet purposes, because it's so expensive. So they're hoping in time that it will come down like everything else. It'd be better, looked at and utilized, hopefully, in the recovery market.
Yes.
It seems very promising. It was something they discovered by accident, because it deals with, the reward system, the receptors in the brain, and here it's working for drugs and alcohol too. So we talked about that before. And hopefully the price comes down on it. I mean, Narcan's come down significantly. I think the over-the-counter price just told me the other day, like $40. But we still could get it for free for people. I mean, there's a lot of free Narcan still available, thank God. But
Right.
I mean, it's available without a prescription on every pharmacy shelf. It should be by now. It's still a little pricey at $40 for your 2 doses. But hey, it originally was like $180, almost $200. I think when I first started hearing about. That's come down significantly.
And we need to get some of this medication that is helping us available for people that really need it. I do.
Well, it's only expensive in the U.S. In Europe,
Right.
This Ozempic is much more fairly priced, but like anything in the U.S., it's
Anything
gouged.
here. Yes. Anything that helps the lining of pockets is expensive. So I did see, and I didn't read it all, I didn't hear it all, but I did say that here that the Ozempic is not the best option for people that are trying to lose weight. So there are other options out there that are not as dangerous for those that want to take it for losing weight. So, but I didn't read into it. I just saw it. So, before you take that option, make sure you look.
I would think it's good for losing weight because to be able to afford it, you're gonna have to work your ass off. It's like over $1,000 a month.
Yeah,
I think they
seriously.
said for Ozempic.
Yeah, that's crazy. But there is a chemical in there, and it does come in pill form for losing weight. So try that route as well. And then there's always, pushing away from the table. That's my problem.
The push away.
It's the damn
system.
sugar and the pushing away. I am trying very hard to do the push away,
She
but
does the push away, but she got a bungee cord.
yeah,
Whoa, man, bring you right
he's
back.
bringing me right back.
Right
So, I have to learn control, and I need to learn control, and I need to learn it quick.
We're very good at theory. It's just
Yes.
we're not good at the application.
Exactly. I know exactly what I need to do, and I know how I have to do it. It's just a matter of, the willpower of doing it. When you have 2 kids at home and there's all kinds of treats around, then that's
What was
hard.
the excuse prior 7 years ago?
Depression.
Okay.
So, and sugar. Sugar is, just like
Delicious.
everybody else.
It's
It is
delicious.
delicious, and it causes so many problems with the body, and it's very dangerous for you. And that's what I have to start putting my mind to understand that sugar is, really bad for you. And I need to make sure that I'm reminding myself that
Along with the
I
other
need
4
to
basic
stop.
food groups being grease, fat, oil, and salt.
Yeah. So there's
all
water.
together.
Water's good.
Puts water weight on.
Yeah.
That's what I have. I have a lot of water weight.
I have water weight.
I have a water weight issue. I retain fluid.
Yes. So I do need to get on that and try my best to refrain from eating and sugar. Sugar's my downfall. Like, that's why they put the damn candies right there at the checkout counter. You have the kids that just scream their heads off until you put it in the cart. And then you have me, my fat ass. It's like, oh, look, Chunky Reese's, gotta get it. So they need to, there needs to be a law that they should be in a,
Called impulse buying. They're the things they put at the aisles.
that should be something that they have to put in the back of the store in the corner where, they have automotive where only the guys go. I need to also find my self-control, and you would think learning all I have, I would have learned that by now, but apparently no. I'm still not into the applying it to my lifestyle. So if my aunt would stop buying treats too, that could be helpful. And if I could just glue my mouth shut, that would be really helpful. But
Ain't nobody bringing more shit into this house than my wife. And she blame everybody for this. It's like,
well, I'm not gonna.
the kids really need these 10 boxes of Tasty Cakes and
Exactly.
this giant bag of
I'm not going to.
Reese cups.
I'm not going to let them miss out on the good stuff. It's they're kids. Although it's hard because then they get used to it, and then when you get it to be an adult, then it's not there, and you're like, I need some sugar. So.
I'll be up in the cabinet looking for my can of Slim Fast, and oh, look at this big giant bag of Hershey chocolate up there. It must have fell behind this thing of tofu.
Yeah.
Who would I ever thought to look here?
Well, first of all, there would never be tofu in my house.
I was trying to make an example.
Yes. Well, it was a poor one because it would never be in my house. I don't even know how to cook it, so forget it. But yeah, there's just, we struggle just as much as the loved ones do with weight. I mean, that's another addiction. It's, you know, trying to teach yourself to be, you know, mindful of what you're putting in your mouth.
I'm very mindful.
I know you are.
I don't mind.
I'm stuffed. I can't
I
eat
don't mind
another
putting anything
bite.
in my
Oh
mouth.
my God, I'm dying. 5 minutes later, refrigerator's open. Thought you were stuffed. I am, but I need something sweet. He's my refrigerator cleaner outer.
Well, we're doing good. We were buying the restaurant-sized cans of chocolate pudding for a couple weeks. I found them at Redner's in the bulk aisle,
Yes,
and what a bargain!
it is. But, you know, everything in moderation. That's what I have to.
Moderation.
That's what I have to work on. Anybody else out there struggling with the weight thing and has used their recovery to help them get through that and be on a better track with that? I would love to know how you're doing it.
To show you the good example of replacing one drug with another, a lot of people when they're coming off of nicotine, off of cigarettes, vape, whatever. I mean, you quit smoking, they tend to fill that void with eating more crap. And so many people have the propensity to put on so much weight after, quitting smoking, which my doctor leveled with me because we don't like to tell people this, but nicotine is actually an appetite suppressant also. They don't like to publicize that for fear of people not kicking the habit. Mm-hmm. So that's why I see a lot of people, they quit smoking, boy, they pack on a pounds. Mm-hmm. So the one thing I can tell you, if you plan on quitting smoking, you're going to look into an exercise routine to go along with it ahead of time.
You do, because let me tell you, when I quit smoking, I was skinny. And I'm telling you, just putting that cigarette down, woo, I gained quite a few pounds. And
So you put the cigarette down and started picking up the sticks of butter.
yeah. And
Into my belly.
yeah, and my problem was before I stopped smoking, I was skinny. I was very skinny. And I could eat whatever I want, whenever I want it, whatever time it was. I did not gain a pound. And even when I got pregnant, I didn't gain a whole heck of a lot of weight. And then I quit smoking, and it was, I didn't. Plus, I turned 32, so, your metabolism starts to slow down. And I was very active, too. And then I found, when I quit smoking, what do I do with my hands? Like, oh, there's some cookies. Oh, there's, this. And so I'm eating because I know that I'm not going to gain any weight. And I haven't put it down since. Well, no, we did that. South Beach the diet, and we did really well on that. But then we had a piece of pizza, and then we ate the whole pizza, and it's just been a struggle ever since. So
the South Beach diet, you crave carbohydrates, something fierce, because you cut out like all carbohydrates. You can eat a whole friggin' cow if you want to. All the meat you want. I mean, I was sick of meat. I would have cut my arm off for a piece of pizza. Just the carbs. Oh my gosh, it was, and it wasn't as much the sugary stuff. It was just like the breads and the grain. Oh my God, I missed them so much. Mm-hmm. It was weird.
Yeah, it's weird how much
how the body craves things. I mean,
craves those carbohydrates.
I mean, it's like anything else. It gets on the brain, and your brain's like, man, give me carbohydrates.
Yep. Get me the pasta.
I put that patch on my arm. It stopped me from smoking. That convinced me it was a chemical addiction, cigarettes. I mean, I tell you, I'm not exaggerating. I'm saying 20 minutes that I put that stupid patch on, but I had no plans on quitting smoking. I just, give me one of them things. If you're quitting, I'm going to have to quit. There's no way one of us can only quit in this house. And I tell you, in 20 minutes, I felt a difference. I mean, I didn't feel like I didn't need a cigarette, but
right.
I definitely felt a difference where I wasn't such an overwhelming urge for nicotine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, this is weird. Man.
It is. It is so weird to think where we were. Even like I look back at pictures of my grandparents who I never saw with a cigarette in their mouth, never. And as I got older and I was smoking, how much they griped on me about me smoking. And then going through old albums to see a cigarette in my grandfather's hands were so weird. It was just really bizarre. And
Everybody smoked.
I
My
mean, back,
pediatrician smoked.
yeah,
You're like,
Back
I
then-
think he's just got a cold, Mrs. Parker, you know. I
back,
think I'll have a cigarette, ma'am. Yeah, right in his office during the diagnosis.
yeah,
Sorry, son, I got a little ash right there. Did I burn you?
yeah. Okay, we're gonna grab on his chest. Okay, give me a puff. It's just weird
Everybody
how,
smoked back then.
yeah, yeah.
Fred and Barney Rubble smoked. They
Nuh-uh.
did- yeah, they did Winston commercials.
Oh,
Look it up on YouTube, people. You'll see Winston commercial with Fred and Barney.
that's
Hey,
weird.
Bonnie, Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Let's take a break for this lawn mowing.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
yeah, look it up on YouTube.
Oh jeez.
Flintstone Winston commercials. You'll
Yes.
crack up.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's not funny, but
Yeah, it's funny.
whatever they
Everybody's
use,
funny. Now you're
whatever
funny.
they use to get you, to, be part of that and to jump on the bandwagon. I guess that's what they have to do, whatever it takes.
I know California trying to ban Skittles because it got chemicals in it that causes cancer. How does anybody ban cigarettes? That's the damn Skittles that are killing all these
Yeah.
Californians.
Yeah. And it was funny today talking about dieting. I was playing dice with the girl that I was taking care of today. And
You know, we do have gamblers that tune into the show.
I know.
With the gambling.
Well, this wasn't a gambling. It's
Dice.
10,000.
Games of
It's a
chance.
game. It's not.
We do not promote gambling on this channel.
And we were playing,
If you have a
and
problem
I
with
was
gambling,
like,
call 1-800-GAMBLER.
oh, well, that's right. She likes those nerd clusters. So I knew I had a bag, and I brought it out, and she's like, have you ever tried the blue ones? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I know that they say they're really bad for you, but I like these too. And I'm like, what's the difference between
What
the
is good for you?
rainbow
Memories?
and the blue ones?
Nothing
like-
good for you.
Yeah, blue dye was removed and then put back and removed and put
gosh.
back again.
I still drink tap water out there, people. Yes. I
Yes.
do, and I'm still allowed to talk about it.
Yes, and I do too.
And I've been known to take a slurp out of the hose on a hot day out back. Still doing it my whole life.
Yep. So,
And if you want, where's some scissors? I want to run around the room with scissors.
yeah, on Friday the 13th.
On Friday the
Why don't you
13th.
grab the ladder too and climb under that? Go
Well,
pet
I gotta
a
get
black
it.
cat.
I gotta get the ladder out to fix that broken mirror.
Yeah.
But too funny.
So,
All the things.
yep. Anybody out there worried about relapse? That seems to be something that is really going strong
you
right
know,
now.
We're getting closer to that holiday season, and it's depression start kicking in. I mean, Halloween kind of puts it in mind of it first. Like, oh man, the next holiday, Christmas.
People are gearing up and getting nervous and getting
Oh,
scared.
I know with the economy so wacky. I'm sure more and more people. Oh my God, how am I going to pull this off this year? Blah blah blah, and depression kicks in. So it's just the season to pick up.
Yep, it is, and it's hard because some people may be still paying off Christmas from last year. Some people may be struggling just to make a meal on the table, and now they have Christmas coming, and it's just like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it?
I did hear Social Security give everybody a raise. It's like $53 a month on average. Maybe out there on Social Security might be getting a raise.
Yeah, well, not until January, so.
So,
And then they'll raise the insurance, so it'll probably be like
$53
$7
a month, you can get a dozen eggs and a pound of butter.
and a
Fried egg sandwiches.
little pint of milk.
Gosh, it's terrible.
It is really bad right now. Just everything in the world right now is just going crazy, and it's a shame. It's sad. Just I know that my parents probably were like, "Oh, this world is crazy" back then, and now it's
All
really
generations,
crazy.
I say, we heard our parents saying this, that, and we noticed it now. We got our grandchildren. We see it all happening again, and then getting more expensive and more crazy. I mean,
Now and then you just worry. You're constant worrying about.
dogs and
know.
cats living together. I just heard it the other day. And I remember that, but that's from Ghostbusters. Somebody made reference to, I don't know, with John Fetterman or something like that. I think made a crack about it.
Yes,
Dogs and cats living together.
yes. We had a stray last night. Really pretty stray. I think it's pregnant, but I was like, I'll come out and talk to you, but you ain't coming in the door. We already got one. So, and one dog and one cat. And
I thought you were talking about that homeless woman with the cross eye that keeps walking
No.
by the front of the house. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking
no,
about.
she, but we were so worried about our cat with the dog. And now they lay together. They crack me up. She
Yep,
curls,
Barb's on.
curls
Liz
up.
is on. John's on.
curls up in a ball, and they just kind of chill out, hang out, and take their little naps together. So that was very
That's true, John. I heard
Comforting.
it today on the radio. Heard it on my talk station. Saying you'd be able to go get a new radio.
yes. It is. Two deer in the yard. I love deer. I could watch deer all day. But let's get back to relapse, because I'm seeing so many people, and the problem with that is, especially the chemical part of it. If you're doing, heroin or fentanyl or meth or coke, you go through the treatment and you do good, and there's so many people right now for whatever reason, and it could be simply the economy that's causing this, because it's really happening a great deal right now. I'm seeing so many people that are relapsing, and with the holidays coming up, I can only see that it might get even worse. And just know, please know that there are people out there that will help you get through it without picking up or drinking. It's so important for you to make sure that you take the tools with you that you did take from the treatment center, and stay and stick with your recovery group, because with the economy the way it is right now, people relapsing is getting really bad. And
Oh, the economy and with companies downsizing. I mean, you're getting laid off. Like, holy crap! I mean, I've been laid off my whole life. So
right.
that's tough. And hey, John, what do you call a deer that doesn't have any eyes? No idea. But yeah, it's like a lot going on.
Yeah.
How about what's going on with Israel and everything and all, and so much in the news. I mean, so much scary stuff, and some people can't absorb this. It's got them very upset, very frightened. Which you can't blame people. I mean,
No.
some pretty heavy shit going down, and like, people are kind of sensitive to tragedies and such sort of thing. You might want to reach out and touch base with them. Say, hey, how you making out? Because I mean, some people cannot tolerate this, and it's got them very, very anxious. Very depressed. I mean, and now they're blasting us with it on the news nonstop, and they can't stop but prioritizing, burning babies and this and that. Like, people are horrified, and it's and they fan them flames to people to sensationalize the events and all, and it's people just, some people aren't fazed by it, some people are very affected by it. So If you know somebody like that, it might not be a bad idea to give them a call and say, hey, how you been? Just for the hell of it. You know?
Yeah, especially if you haven't heard from them in a while.
Or if you got relatives over there or you know someone that does, you might reach out and say to them, hey, how you making out through all this? Everything okay?
Yeah, it's it's really scary, especially our vets that have been through the war and are dealing with their PTSD.
We're still
And they're
losing so many
depressed and-
vets every day.
Yes.
The suicide is horrible.
Yeah, and you know, right now is a really scary time.
Sure, I mean, they're watching all this on the news too, reliving a lot of things. I mean,
Yep.
that's a whole lot of emotional baggage out there right now with the news and everything on. So, look out for your friends, your neighbors. I mean,
It's a wee
you
program.
know who they are. I mean,
Yep. It's a,
anything, just touch base. Say, hey, I haven't talked to you in ages. I was thinking of you.
exactly.
Everybody likes to know that people are thinking of them. Mm-hmm. Everybody.
Yep. I always see that the meme on Facebook. You know, don't show up to my casket and bring me flowers.
Every time I go by that Hallmark store, who do I think of?
Not me.
Larry.
Oh, Larry.
I can't drive by that Hallmark store on Street Road without thinking about Larry.
Exactly. But it's so important that we reach out and touch base with people that we haven't in a while with all this stuff going on. It's a we program, and that's what you're there for. You're there to help the next person, and we really need it right now.
Hang on, Larry. That's a great point there. He goes, some feel safe in the rooms of AA, but once outside in the real world, fear of job, crime, bills, relationships, etc. You know, one's face can affect one's sobriety, you know? Mm-hmm. That's so true.
Mm-hmm. And especially when you're out there, the other issue is oops.
Wait a minute, we're rerouting some wires here.
He's working on our camera.
It was a panic
Issue.
when we're getting ready to go on the air, and
Yeah. So
there's wires look, there's wires everywhere around here. It's like,
so another thing is, especially if you are struggling with heroin or an opiate or the coke or whatever, when you came out of treatment, your levels of that drug has lessened so much. And if you've been out for a while, you may still remember how much you needed to get high.
big delay tonight.
And when you have that thought in your head and you use, that could be boom, that could be the end, because your body's not used to that amount of medication anymore, or the illegal substance, and you have to build that tolerance back up. But some people think, oh no, like I could do a bundle and no problem, that won't affect me. I used to do a bundle all the time, and that could be a total death sentence. And we need to just be there for other people right now. It's such a difficult time right now, and winter's coming, fuel prices. It's just
Don't just assume like your friends and such are okay. I mean, it's very easy to look all okay on the outside, but look for those markers. Those red flags.
yes.
'Cause, people like to camouflage themselves from everyone. They don't want to bother everybody with their problems.
No.
So how certain individuals are and who they are. I mean, just coming to the season, just take the time, just reach out, say hi. Mm-hmm. It's tonight. I seen a lot of good old friends today. We lost another friend. Mm-hmm. She didn't. It wasn't drug abuse. She just other causes. I mean, natural causes. And you run into all your old friends. I stopped tonight at the viewing, and Seen a lot of familiar faces. Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch how we're all getting older and all, but not me. I'm still looking good. I gotta tell you, I still got my hair. Mm-hmm. But I was looking around the room, and we've been to so many of them lately. I mean, we're getting to that age. I don't know. I'm 62. You
I know. I'm
all
not
my
60
friends didn't
yet.
take care of themselves like I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I'm sitting here and I'm joking with everybody. I'm the only person who jokes at viewings.
Makes it light.
I love lighthearted, you know. And that's the way I am. I'm never going to change. I mean, but now that being said, I'm looking around. I always just go, how you doing? I'm not really, how you doing? Everything all right? Then it's, you know, this and that. I got some health problems. Got me a little worried, you know. I've done some cancer on my head. I have some basal, you know, like that. If you ask them seriously, they don't come out and start telling you. Then they're like, you know, they got lumbago. I said, oh, look at the time, I gotta go. Just to get that laundry list, you know. No, I'm kidding.
No.
But you know, you gotta ask people and say, not really. How you doing? Everything cool? Mm-hmm. You know, because people don't want to drag you down with their problems. I mean, it's just the way people are. We all are. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to drag it out of them a little bit.
Yeah. And sometimes you do. And we need to do that. We need to remember that that person that's usually really chippy and cheery and likes to joke around, like, and they're not that person right now. You know, dig deep, pull it out, because it's so necessary right now. It is.
These are scary times
it's
right now.
hard
We're
times.
seeing a lot of shit right now, which we really never seen in our lifetime before. If you think about it, with everything, with all the people dying of overdose, with everything going on in the news, with us being so divisive as a country, and there's so much. I mean, we haven't seen stuff like this, like you know, us baby boomers. You know what I mean? Like during the, like times of instability, you know, with Vietnam and all. Like me, I was old enough to remember the end of Vietnam. I really didn't understand it. You know, I remember everybody coming home, and a lot of people not coming home, families being upset. But I wasn't old enough to worry about the draft or anything like that. I missed that. You know, and then all through Desert Storm and all. And when that came into play, I was getting older. I was starting a family and all. So it's like, you know, and the Cuban Missile Crisis, I was too young for that. Things like that. I mean, all these scary events. But these are like the first truly scary events in my lifetime. You know, where I really got to, like, worry about things. I mean,
Yeah, and
and take it serious.
look how divided we are right now.
Surely, we've never been more divided as a
No.
people, as a country. I mean, and it's right in our preamble. You know, united we stand, divided we fall. Holy crap, man! I
Yeah,
don't think
we're
we've ever
falling.
been more divided.
Yep, we're falling, and it's weird because 9/11, as tragic as
That's
that
probably about the
was,
first time I felt any vulnerability. Was on 9/11. I mean, that was our Kennedy. Like, where were you when you heard about 9/11 taking place? I know exactly where I was, what I was doing. I remember that whole day vividly. You know, it's like people, you know, would say, you know, where were you when Kennedy? You know, they would say, oh, I was at school, at the store. You know, I was too young to remember that.
and how we all came together at 9/11.
Yeah.
Like we were so strong as a
As a
country
country,
then.
everybody going out buying flags and flying our flags
Yes.
like never before. You never seen that kind of patriotism.
How proud they were.
You
and
know, before 9/11. I mean, not in our, you know,
not in
my
our
years.
time.
I mean,
Right.
every house had a flag out. You had flags on your cars.
And you know, people were touched because of the amount of people that lost their lives.
Sure, man.
And they were touched not just in one community. It wasn't just New
No,
York.
spread
It
out,
was
right.
spread out.
And it made us realize how vulnerable we are as a person,
Yeah.
and how we're not totally safe here in this country like we've always assumed to be.
Right.
And that, they got a pressure that put on people.
Yep.
I mean, back around 9/11 also. Not to keep dwelling on this anything, but that's just something we wanted to put out there. Let's look out for each other. You know, any of our friends or family that seem to be exhibiting, you know, signs of depression. They could be
Yeah.
real subtle, you know. loss of interest in things they like. You know, suppose like Aunt Judy like to go to bingo every week, and all of a sudden she's not going to bingo anymore. Say, Aunt Judy, what's up with bingo? When are you going to take me? Mm-hmm. Try to dig and find out what's going on, why she's not going to bingo. Just things like that you might just take for granted.
Hey, Judy.
But it's a good. But it's like, you know, these are signs of depression or signs of substance use disorder.
Yeah.
Especially when you start losing interest in things that you really were very fond of.
And we already see a lot of
I didn't even see a Judy in there. I used the name Judy. I don't even have an Aunt Judy. Hello, Judy.
but even those that you know, struggle with depression, it's time to like really get out there and make sure that you are on top of them, because the depression will just bring them down even more. And you know, and I always say COVID, here's another thing. COVID hits and people can't leave their houses. They're so
Right.
afraid to leave
Another
their
thing, well,
houses.
We
And
haven't experienced a pandemic in our lifetimes. I mean, that COVID, that was frightening for people.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it still is, because
Sure.
people are still afraid to go outside.
that's like a couple of years now, nonstop.
Like a
Trauma.
constant, yeah.
I mean, that itself could cause PTSD to some people. They can't absorb all this trauma and
No.
all this doom and gloom.
Yeah. And they started to get comfortable with being at home. And now a lot of companies aren't even going back to the offices. A lot of the companies are dissolving their buildings.
I'm fine. It's saving a boatload of money on real estate
Right.
and
And
rentals
now
and utilities.
and
but-
now they're working from home. So there's another group of people that are not socializing outside of an office, and they're sitting at home all day. The kids
isolated
are at
and
school.
not socializing,
Right.
people aren't exposed to them to see if they have a problem.
No, and
And let's face it, you're sitting at home. It's easy to do that day drinking. You know, who's gonna know?
oh my gosh, alcohol had gotten so bad during that time. More and more people were going into treatment for alcohol, and I'm still seeing a lot more coming into our family groups, and they're not struggling with substances. They're struggling with alcohol, just alcohol, and
Yeah, definitely
It's
seen a big influx of resurgence of alcohol. yeah.
huge influx. And we were seeing a lot of parents at these meetings. Now we're seeing a lot of spouses, and you know, that's hard.
I think a lot of these people had an underlying problem with alcohol, but it created a tipping point where it became uncontrollable and over the top. I mean, due to all the isolation,
Right.
it's where it's very noticeable, you know, and it's affecting their everyday lives. So-
Every day.
and they're realizing they're coming out and they're looking for help because it's just spiraled out of control.
Yep. It is. And isolation can be very hard on a person. You just get used to it. Just like, you know, it takes 120 days to change the brain. Well, how long were we in isolation because of COVID? From 2020 to 2022.
I don't know. I remember I felt like an arch criminal hiding out in the one chair barber shop. It was me and a bunch of cops, CIA guys, all got their hair cut. And so I'm like, I'm not a cop, but I got my barber shop catered the FBI guys, CIA guys, and we're sitting there hiding with the blinds closed during shutdown. And there's state troopers knocking on all the stores' doors in the strip mall across the street. We're all peeking through, like, holy crap, they're gonna be over here next. Like, we're like living like criminals, just trying to get a stinking ass haircut. Oh my god,
Speakeasies.
that was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. And you know, and how many people were isolated, like your family members, your parents or grandparents that you weren't going over to see.
Right,
You
you're
didn't-
afraid of infecting them. You couldn't visit them in the nursing homes. You couldn't visit them at their homes.
No. And here's an elderly person that is depending on you to help them with their medications, but you're scared to death to go in the house. So
They need to see you, to talk, and to socialize with you. I mean, it was
Yeah.
sad. I mean,
yeah.
they're sitting there all alone. I mean, Thank God for FaceTime, but
Yeah.
not all old people know how to work that.
But even still, like we would do the groups via, Blue Jeans or Zoom meetings. It's not the same.
It's not.
There's no personal, like,
Well, like, everyone's going through the motions, but you're not getting as much out of it.
and it's sad. So just reach out. That's all I'm going to say, because it is the one thing that is needed today is reaching out and checking on each other, because
And Larry said some of his satanic meetings online were the same with human sacrifices and all that. They just weren't as
outta here.
impactful. Sorry, Larry. Sorry.
but
Just kidding. Just kidding.
But it is. I mean, and I remember going back very slowly, going back to meetings in person, and it was once a month, and the chairs were so spread out, and I had gone back to work for a short period of time at the schools and saw in the fear, like you would go over and try to, do you need help opening that? And the kids would be like,
Don't hug me, lady. You trying to kill me?
the fear in their eyes were just so sad. And God, I don't want to go back to that. It's so hard on the kids in school. And
We won't know the effects on this for years to come.
no.
I mean, so many these children are going to need therapy as they get older. It's going to affect them in their adolescence. It's like, it's instilled things into them that that we don't even know the ramifications yet.
Right. And then they get home and they're on that iPad or the computer or their phones, and they're watching all of these YouTube shows and
Kids need to be socialized. You have to build your social skills. I mean, they become hermits.
yep. And it's a shame. It's a shame to see the fear in a kindergartner's eyes. You're just
And Barb says she sees it every day in the schools.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm sure you do, no doubt.
And all you want to do is open, a pack of snack foods, and they look at you like you have the plague and you are their death sentence. It's just so very sad.
Yeah, their lack of social skills. I have to assume that's definitely accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
you're all social on social media, but when you're in person with people, they clam up and they're on their phones. They act like everybody's invisible.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's interacting. I mean, you see that everywhere anymore, though.
You do.
I mean,
You do.
It's amazing. You drive around, everybody's sitting on a bus stop just on their phone. There's nobody talking to each other. Everybody just living their isolated world.
And I'll go back to the COVID era, where all you saw were people on bikes taking walks to the like it was like Mayberry back then. Like, you never saw people riding bikes. You never saw them, hanging out, or everybody was so afraid. But then COVID hits and the families, you couldn't even buy a bike because there were bikes in such high demand because everybody was buying them. Come on, let's teach the kids how to ride a bike. We're not on our computers. We're not on this. We've been shut in for so long.
I sold mine to the fat lady up the street. You see her? She looks great now. I seen her ride by the
Yeah.
other day.
But
I was like 100 pounds.
but that is the
I know
one
you're
thing
short.
you could, it really became a thing where the families were just out enjoying family time and the bike riding and going to the parks, where now that COVID's over, the kids are back onto their electronics, and you don't see the bikes like you used
It's like
to.
kids today. I remember you people my age, your parents say, go out and play. Would you get out of the house? Blow the
Yeah.
stink off yourself. Now you have to make a play date.
Yes.
I just can't see my father saying, Pappy, why don't you make a play date? I just don't say that. And my mother said, get your hands out of the house. I'm tired of looking at
Hey,
you.
Christine.
Go find your friends.
Yeah. Make sure you're in the house when the street lights come on. I just, it's a different world. I get it. I understand. But we really need to check in on each other, because it's very
It's not that much of a
lonely.
different world. All these whack jobs were out there years ago, but we didn't have social media to tell us all about
Exactly.
it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, it
There's
does.
just as many whack jobs. I think you always got your ratio of whack jobs and normal people out there. Just
Right.
We just know about it
You'd have
within
to,
a millisecond anymore. Now
right.
it's-
And even the news wouldn't report on some of that stuff, because that was just, you can't share that.
Yeah, it was
you
too
know.
delicate.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. And now they
Now we're getting
can't.
old.
Now they can't. Throw it out there enough. Oh, look at this. Just it just is horrible. But again, this is a we program, and it's so important that we stick together and we take the time to notice those that may be struggling around us, because it's hard. It's hard to do this alone, and it's hard to work your program, because your programs just don't work. And it may work for 5 minutes, but in 10 minutes it's going to stop working. See, Pappy's sitting here trying to make himself look thin.
If I lean up, my belly doesn't show as much.
Yeah. My belly shows wherever I
But
go.
I have to move my microphone so
Yeah.
I look more professional when it's in view.
Yeah.
Quiet,
Well-
quiet. Skulls, I'm broadcasting.
Yes, we are not professionals. We only pretend we are. But what's everybody's plans for Halloween? Is anybody going out? And that's another thing. The whole thing on
Halloween parties. Anybody a little nervous going out to a Halloween party with friends because, alcohol and such?
yes,
I mean, these are valid facts. I mean, to consider, especially if you're early in sobriety. Mm-hmm.
I just saw a
You know how our normie friends are. Any opportunity to get sauced.
yes,
It's Halloween.
I saw.
Hey, Phillies. Yeah, it's Arbor Day. Glug, 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 glug.
I saw a meme on Facebook. Trust me, we're not giving your children our drugs. I'm like, that's going to be the big thing. Oh, watch out for this candy, that candy. No, have mom and dad watch out for this candy that they have sitting around in their bedroom hiding from the kids.
Christine just got home from a late dinner. What did you
Yes.
have? I'm curious. I'm very food oriented.
I made beef stew tonight. And not,
I was asking Christine.
oh,
She just got back from a late dinner.
yes. But, just be mindful out there. Be mindful of, just everything around you. It really is a tough time.
And if these chains of events are bothering you, reach out to somebody, one of your friends, your sponsor, someone who understands you, your place. I mean, don't be shy, because I
No.
guarantee it's affecting them too.
Yes.
So you break the ice. Say, hey, Larry, I'm feeling a little down this week. I mean, something's not right. This, how you taking all this in? This stuff going on? I mean, is it bothering you? It's got me a little uptight. You know what I mean? Like, you make the first move if you're feeling, that something's affecting you, or you're having a hard time dealing with this anguish over the current events, or this, that, or any events.
Oh, nice,
Don't
Christina.
be afraid to ask.
Ooh, Christine had a good dinner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Barb went to Fridays, and it
You didn't have
stunk.
roast pork on Jihad Day, did you? Oh, jeez. What are you trying to do? Get yourself killed? Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to bring religion into it tonight. It's Jihad Day today. I love roast pork.
Yes. And I used to
Sounds
love
good.
Fridays, but yeah, I have to agree with you. It's not the same as it was in the yesteryears. But I still like a good burger there. My favorite was I'm a simple Irish girl. I would love to go for their salad. I love their salad and their dressing and potato skins. That was my go-to.
Uh-oh, Barb's food was burnt.
Yes.
What you have, Cajun? Supposed to be. I don't like this.
Did you have blackened
Was it
shrimp?
blackened salmon?
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not sure which Fridays you went to, but it stinks when you're going out to eat and you're spending the money that they're charging today and you don't like it. That really sucks. Sucks big
It
time.
costs a fortune to go out and eat.
Yep.
We went
And-
out for a really nice Mexican last night, but my
Yes,
son, my
my-
son treated, so
Yes, my son.
it was
and
very good.
It was delicious.
Authentic. We're not talking Taco Bell. We went to this little quaint little cantina, I'll call it.
What's it called? Do you know?
El Patron or something.
Al Patron.
Something like that. Real nice little place. Nearby, just up the road, next town over.
Yeah.
Off the beaten path, real tiny, quaint. We drinking them Mexican Cokes
Yes.
and the glass bottles from like the 50s.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah, it was a very good meal last night. But yeah, it's hard. And I just saw on the news that Chipotle's going to raise their prices. Well, they're going to raise their prices right out of anybody going in because they were expensive to begin with. So, and I love it, but you know, hey, sometimes you just got to give. And I do know food is getting
Oh, it's
outrageous.
horrible. You go to McDonald's, it costs you $40. Like, that's McDonald's.
Yeah,
We go out and get a couple steaks and this and that and spend $40.
exactly.
It's terrible.
And have leftovers.
Well, them days are, we don't have leftovers no more. Back in the day, I'd always get to finish half of Lori's meal.
Yes.
Now I gotta like this one for my meal and protect it while I'm eating there. She's like, well, let me try that.
Yes. But no. Who's out there? Who's got something that they're struggling with? Please give us a call 267-737-8031.
laughing.
We are here and we are listening. I've been pretty good lately. I haven't been like feeling sad. I will be feeling very sad soon.
You want to cheer yourself up? Go to Wendy's and get a pumpkin spice frosty. Let me tell you, it's one of the best friggin' things I've ever had in my whole life.
Yes.
And I'm not no pumpkin spice freak fanatic. Oh my God, these things are good. I had to go 2 nights in a row.
Yes.
They are awesome. Mm-hmm. Want to put that out there.
Yeah, we
Cheer
are.
you right up.
Our meeting ran a little over the other night for family group, and I get a phone call because he couldn't make the meeting, and he's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm just getting done. I'm on Humeville Road." He goes, and I'm thinking, "Oh, he's worried about me. That's so nice." He goes, "Can you stop at Wendy's for a pumpkin spice frosty?" I'm like, "You bastard." You could have.
That was my cover story. I really wanted to know if she was all right because she was running late.
Right.
But I didn't want her to think I was sitting home worrying about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Pumpkin spice frosties. Oh my God.
Yes, they're deadly. They're deadly. If you like pumpkin spice, and I do.
I mean,
like
they're
it.
so good. It's like something out of a 5-star restaurant. You never expect something that good coming out of Wendy's. I'm like, I was blown away. Blown away.
Yes, they were good. So, come on, guys. Who's struggling? I know somebody's got to be having a difficult time out there. We got a half an hour left.
Nobody. We fixed all our friends, honey.
We fixed his
They're all fixed.
You're all fixed. You're all doing amazing. And
We're glad to hear it.
Barb is going to go because she's got to be up at 5 a.m.
Barb the barista, we understand you got those barista hours.
Yes, we're all thinking of you, Barb. We're
Got to
all
go fire up that urn.
yes, and one
Barb
day,
moonlights as a barista on the weekends.
yeah, one day we'll get up there.
But on your way home, can you stop at the Yardley Lighthouse and get me a cherry Bordeaux water?
They're closed. They're
God,
done.
are they closed? Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's the best water.
The end of the season, they close
Black
it.
cherry water as well. Cherry Bordeaux. It has no wine in it.
Yes,
But oh my God, it makes Rita's taste like dishwater.
yes,
I
it
don't
is
like Rita's,
very
but
good.
It's good.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a day. I'm just struggling with my day here. But if you could start up a little later.
The hotline.
Yeah,
The hotline.
the hotline.
Oh, it's on here. Wow.
Yeah, press that button. Okay, that's all right. I was married once. I know what that's like. Yes. So, well, I want to talk about is something today in the AA meeting. You were talking about picking out something. We were through tradition 10 about, AA has no opinion on outside issues. Well, I kind of dropped the ball on that today. I was chairing today, and, we all read the chapter, and we had our opinions. And I kind of, with what's been happening in the city lately with the police, the abuse they're getting, the things that are happening in this town, and how horrible it is. Even though we're not supposed to have an AA opinion, I was getting kind of hot under the collar about what's going on lately, and I kind of shared on it. And unfortunately, I told I'm a pretty open-minded liberal, type of guy, but with what's going on now, I mean, I'm turning into like a hater. Maybe that's a little strong word, but it's how I feel. It's like I'm getting so frustrated and disgusted with what goes on now. And unfortunately, even though I'm at an AA meeting and I'm really not supposed to bring the outside stuff in, it's like when I said earlier, you feel safe in the AA rooms, one person shared. But once you go outside, you got to deal with life and what's happening out there. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, people around the room started sharing their feelings and opinions too. And, at the time, I apologize for that, but halfway through the meeting, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought this up. This is AA. This is not about how I feel, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But it seemed like everybody in there had something to say, some kind of opinion about what was going on outside. Then the person I drive home, he lives near me, and I drive him home, and he was aggravated. He said, "This is AA. We're not supposed to talk about our opinions, about stuff on the outside." And I should have said something, he said, but I didn't because I wanted to keep my mouth shut. I says, "Well, this is your meeting too. If you didn't like it, you should have said something." Mm-hmm. And I understood that. We're supposed to talk about AA recovery and all, and how one feels, but, AA's opinion said, maybe you should have done that when we talk about resentments. And I it's like, well, sorry, I know I did something that I really shouldn't have done, but it's just like the effect of how something on the outside could affect me on the inside, and not that it would lead me to a drink, but it's just that type of thing, and other things in life, not just the politics or, stuff like that, personal stuff that affects a person that, if it builds and builds, it leads to a drink.
Right.
And, yeah, and the thing is, I know I did wrong, but even one of the people say, when I apologize, he said, look, if you apologize, you're a weakling. You just say how you feel. And, I can understand that person's view, but still, it was AA, and I still brought something from the outside, my opinion, even though it was affecting me.
And apparently affected a lot of other people in the room, too, if you notice, everybody wanted to get that point out, too. So apparently it's bothering a lot of people.
Yes. And where do you go when you are in a program and need help getting through that if you're not allowed to share it?
Yeah. It was just a thing where one person felt totally different. He was totally, not in agreement with how the meeting went, how other people, all of a sudden, they opened up too about how they feel. Not even just with the politics, but with like one person had like he's married or was married. He has one person on the in-law side fighting with he's getting flack, and he's getting flack from his side of the family about whatever the subject was, and it's like back and forth, and it's like a three-way battle here, and he's just like, I gave up on these people. I don't talk to them anymore or anything like that. And it was amazing how, like, when I opened that can of worms, people started opening up about
Right.
stuff, and
You were
then
the
to get the other
icebreaker.
person, yeah.
See,
Well,
I
yeah,
I had a
and-
problem like with Narnon like that, not being able to express myself. I mean, Narnon is very regimented. I mean, and it's very hard for me to feel comfortable in a Narnon meeting because I can't crosstalk and I can't elaborate on anything. It's like very structured, and I find it to be very frustrating. But I see your point,
Yeah.
Lauren. Like you said, once you open that can of worms, people were dying to elaborate on that.
Right.
Yeah,
Judy shares what's going on is impacting your feelings and cause people to want to drink. Maybe
exactly.
it was causing other people problems and stress too. So yeah, it is. What is going on right now in our country is affecting everybody, not just people that are in recovery. It's affecting people that are active. It's affecting people, church-going people that love everyone and everything.
And by not bringing it up isn't helping anyone.
Right.
I mean, so I know that's the rules, and you got to follow the rules. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I needed a release. I it's been building up in me, and especially 90% of it had to do with these police officers getting shot. Not
Yes.
just the recent ones, but a while back, and like the armored car guy getting shot,
Yeah.
and just all this crime that's going on. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And maybe it's between the phone and the television, it gets to be I'm probably watching too much and getting overly involved and letting that build. But
you should go to yoga
I had to release
classes.
that pressure.
Yeah.
You should go to yoga classes with me. I'm finding it very helpful. I didn't sign up for
Yeah.
yoga. I thought the sign said free yogurt class, so I went up
Yeah,
and much to my chagrin, but I stayed, and anyway, it's very helpful.
Yoga or yogurt?
That-
Yogurt, yes. Yoga, I don't know. I can't bend like that anymore.
Well, you learn how to bend like that, but
Yeah.
it is. It's affecting you, and you need to share to get what could possibly bring you back to a drink. Like, isn't that
Yeah.
what it's about? Like, this is what's causing me to have these feelings.
Yeah, like you said, you had to vent. You got to get it out. You can't
Yeah.
keep it in.
Can't let it build, because that's what happened to me when I started drinking a second time.
Yeah.
I couldn't face things. I couldn't let things out. I couldn't share with anybody. I didn't share with anybody.
Right.
Not that I couldn't. It's just that,
You didn't.
my attitude was
That-
quite different.
Right. You chose not to. You
You
chose
should
to
have
keep
like a
it
come
in.
out and vent meeting. Like, we'll call it like what grinds your
Yeah.
gears.
Yeah.
Once a
Yeah.
month, we'll all meet somewhere, and everybody did what
In a
really.
park.
What pisses you off more than
Bring a
anything?
pillow. We can all scream in a pillow.
Scream at a pillow.
Or
There we
a
go.
punch it bag.
3 weeks in a row to scream at a pillow.
But
Bring a punch it bag,
There you
or
go.
yes, but that
or a ball in the bat so you can swing it, and really get your frustrations out.
yeah.
Or, a big
bring your
robot
own
tug of
wall.
war.
Yeah.
Bring your own wall. You can punch a hole in the plaster too, if that makes you
Yeah.
feel good.
And where you're going with this, it gets my goat every time when they say, "Oh, he was arrested for this," and all the evidence is there and it's definite, and then the rap sheet is 7 foot long, and
Yeah.
it's like, why? I know that people deserve a second chance, but when are you going to stop at 50 chances?
Yeah,
Christine,
exactly.
Christine
Yeah.
says, Larry, it's progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. And
All right, let me go. I'm going to go vent.
there you
And
go. Go scream in
Yeah.
a pillow.
Are you screaming into the bathroom mirror? Are you screaming into a pillow?
No, I kiss the bathroom mirror because I like what I see. You want to get in that?
Touche.
You
Okay.
go. You go,
Touche.
boy.
At least from the neck
You gotta
up.
love
I mean,
yourself in order to love others.
yeah, that's right. But with lipstick, I don't know. Maybe it's a little too far.
The Windex gets it right off. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, let me get out of here.
All
Or maybe
right,
somebody else will call.
Good
That
night,
makes
buddy.
sense.
Thanks,
Okay.
Larry.
sorry I
See you
didn't
later.
last night. I
Bye.
missed you.
Bye.
That was our Larry. He's always got something good to say and something good to share and something good to talk about because it is with what's going on today. It's rough out there. And it doesn't look like it's going to be getting any better anytime soon. We're in for a long haul, I think, and trying to get through these holidays are going to be a struggle. So,
I mean, that, and especially this instability in the Middle East, man. This is scary shit, man, and it's not going away anytime soon. So we all just got to knuckle under and deal with it,
and be there for each other.
and let's not deal with it with the use of alcohol or narcotics, man. If you feel like it's overwhelming, you go see your doctor.
Yes.
Don't be ashamed. Say I'm having a hard time,
No, it's
like adjusting to all this going on. What can I do?
yeah. How can I get the help that I need? Talking is so important to get it out and getting to
I mean, if your insurance covers it, I mean, therapists work wonders, man. Mm-hmm. Talk to somebody, get it out, let them know that they'll let you be at ease with yourself, that you're not the only one. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are having a hard time dealing with all this current events.
and even still, like when I first got involved in this, I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. So, I had just really started on, I guess I was on it for a little bit, but I wasn't on it a lot, Facebook. And, I would go on it on occasions. And then, when I found out that, my loved one was struggling, I was, going through, I see groups every now and again. So I just put in, heroin and whatever whatever would come up, then I would find these groups. And I found Angels in Motion, and I started there. And then I created a page, and I thought I would get some answers and tools to help my loved one. And it just ended up to be, people that had lost somebody that was lost and just needed somebody to talk to. So, if you have depression, key in depression and, depression help, whatever, and find these groups that you can, reach out to. Find groups in the area that you can, go to. Call your hospitals and see if they have groups. Some have AA. They have that type of meetings there. Some of them have family meetings. Just get out there and get the help and find somebody to talk to, because it is just horrible right now. And reach out.
Keep laughing about Christine's reference to the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you how many times I used that Euromycotitis thing to get me out of a pinch.
There was a show, and I can't remember what channel it was on. I don't know if Richard told me or John Kay mentioned it, and I really got into it. I have to see if they still have more episodes, because it was all about recovery. It was all about a meeting, and it was funny and it was serious.
Lily Tomlin,
No, this was
something else. Okay.
yeah, and I don't even remember what channel it was on.
The Kardashians.
Do you remember
I
that
think it was
show?
the Kardashians.
Lead better or something. The
A sitcom
recovery
about
show.
recovery.
Flaked?
No, no, it was like lead better or something. I don't know.
Yellow lead better.
Yeah, Crombar would know.
That's a song.
But it louder mouth.
I don't know.
I think it was louder mouth or something like that. But it was really, really a good show to watch because, it gives you an idea of what goes on, for the families. But
There was one called Mom 2.
no, I like Mom, but I think it was. Let me see.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Dead air.
Yes. So louder. But it was really good, and I don't even remember what louder milk is what it was called. Louder milk.
Milk, M-I-L-K.
MILK. LOUDERMILK, all one word.
But it is amazing how so many recovery references are now used in sitcoms and movies and all now. Where like years ago it was never the case, It was like a secret society. Bill W. Stat.
Yes. But it
Now,
was
but
good.
So
It was
mainstream now. It's so hard to find a family that's not affected by it.
It is.
It's,
They're out there. We have 10 minutes left. So if you have something that you just have to get off your chest.
Because I got to get out of here and get a pumpkin spice frosty.
Yes. It is warm in here tonight, but I am in
That's a
sweats.
little close.
Yeah. And it was cold today. So I don't know why it's so warm in here.
Because the walls in here are over a foot thick. That's why, honey. It's a soundproof room. It's triple insulated,
yes.
soundproofed, airtight. Mm-hmm. It's a petri dish.
So if you guys are struggling, please reach out. If not to me, to whomever you need to reach out to, because it's gonna take, an army to get us through this because it's just been too stressful since 2019 into 20. And it doesn't look like it's looking any better anytime soon. So
Yeah, I think we're in for a long haul here.
Yes.
I mean, sadly to say, but I mean,
Yes.
we got to be truthful with ourselves.
yep.
It's an awful lot on people's plates right now.
And November 18th is the Harvest Moon Dance. It is our third annual. And we have a few baskets already coming in. Tickets are $40 per person. I have tickets if anybody wants tickets. It's 7 to 11. DJ Pappy P will be, I would say, spinning the tunes, but we don't spin anymore. He'll be streaming the tunes.
I'll be rocking the house.
Yes. I do not know the menu as of yet. We've only had one meeting so far. But if you cannot make it and would like to help us, you can donate tickets to somebody that is in early recovery that does not have the money to attend but would like to see what recovery looks like. And being together. Also, you can donate a basket of your favorite things, gift cards, services, massage, nails, hair, oil change, a Shore House weekend. I'll win that one. Whatever you can do, but it's a great time. If you have not been there, you don't know what you're missing. It's a lot of fun. Larry says he has his request list ready. But it is at Georgine's. It is in Bristol. And it's a good time. It's fun. We do have a lot of fun. And the money raised, anything over and above, will be given to those in recovery. They will be getting, what we can't pay for,
And like,
recovery houses or treatment or anything like where you are. This is just a benefit. It's
it's a benefit, but the main benefit is the camaraderie, getting people together. There's not a lot of profit made on this dance. I mean, the price of food and everything else. So, I mean, that it was nice with the baskets and all. There is a profit to be made. You know,
Yes.
that we can help some people, but that's why we keep the price so low. And just a good time. Had by
It
all.
is. It is a
Without
really
the
good time.
influx of alcohol.
Yes.
It's amazing. So many people the first time go, man, you weren't lying. It's like, man, so many people had so much damn fun and they're not all liquored up.
Yep. It's amazing how you can be in a room full of people that are not drinking or drugging and they're having a blast. An absolute blast.
I think Larry went through two tubes of lipstick the last
I'm
dance.
sure.
Working that kissing booth. I mean, even that. 2 tubes.
And I swear Larry's on the dance floor all night long.
He is. He's who was that dance guy? The School of Dance. I can't remember.
I don't know.
With the footprints on the floor, I can't remember.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that commercial.
Larry will know.
Yeah. He brings 3
Not the-
tubes of lipstick.
Well, one's for the ride home.
Yeah.
But
But and you know, bring your family. It's, you know, I bring my granddaughter. She has a blast. She would be lost not going because she has such a good time.
yeah, she has fun. I mean, good times had by all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's you know, there's no reason not to bring your family or you know, there's nothing to hide. There's nobody dwelling on recovery or threatening about recovery. It's just to have a good time. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Oh.
just to be together and just enjoy life. You know, we need more of that. This all started because a friend of ours was moving away, and we were having a going away party. It was right after COVID really started easing up, and he left. And while we were at dinner, I said, you know, we have not had a dance. We used to do a dance at the senior center, and
but there was just too many hips getting broken.
yeah, but there was just Arthur Murray.
Arthur Murray, I knew he would know. I knew he would know.
But
That's why we got you, Larry.
you know, they would give us, you know,
Professor of
the hall.
useful knowledge.
Yeah, they would give us the whole. We would go over. Well, I never could make it for whatever reason, but they would clear out the gardens and clean up the center, and then we would have the dance. And we hadn't done that because of COVID, and I was like,
And then it
listen,
was like a potluck dinner. We're all bringing,
Yeah, everybody brought
meatballs,
something,
and
and
sausage, potatoes.
we would
We had a
decorate.
nice spread, but it wasn't as nice as what we did.
No. And it was just so nice. So I was like, we really need to get together and do something. We need to find a place to have a dance. And
So-
that's all I needed to do. And my girl Kathy was like,
You guys
Oh,
took,
by
took it
the
to the next
way-
level.
she's like, oh, by the way, I got the room. Now we can need to sell tickets so we can pay for the event. And
It's worked out well. We've had quite
Yeah.
a few dances now. I
Yes.
lost track.
we have, this is 3, 6,
Well,
7.
time's running out.
This is our 7th dance, by the
So,
way.
they've all been a
Yes.
success.
They've all been very successful, and
And a lot of fun.
it's helped a lot of people, and people are so grateful when we can help them with. It's just small little things that, you know, they really can't afford to pay out of pocket because they're paying for the recovery house. They're trying to find a job. They have, you know, tickets to pay. They have payments to pay. It may be a spouse.
So we're not paying tickets. Let me get this straight. We're getting them things to get them on their feet, like
Exactly.
essentials. We're not paying their tickets or their recovery houses, right?
No, we're not
We're
paying
giving
that.
them some creature comforts and
Right.
necessities to get them on their feet
Right. Mm-hmm.
to their new life.
So we do the little stuff that they put aside that helps them within their journey to a better life.
So
So
we're coming up on on the 10:30 hour here.
Yes, we are coming up to 10:30. So anybody out there, if you are struggling, need to talk, you can always text or call me at 267-737-8031. If
If you have an idea on a topic that you'd like us to touch on, as always, please
Yes.
drop us a line, let us know.
yes, please, because if we don't know what about it, we will definitely look into it and get you the information or somebody that
And no
knows the
question, no
information.
question is silly or unimportant. So don't ever feel, apprehensive about asking a question for sounding silly or something that you're not going to sound dumb. You know what I mean? That's why we're here, is to answer questions, so you know these answers. So no question is unimportant or
yes.
trivial.
So everybody, have a great week. Have a happy fall. I'm not real happy with the cold coming in, but hey, can't have everything. So we will be here next Friday from 9 to 10:30. And please hit us up with topics or whatever you feel
night, Judy.
we could help somebody with.
Good night, John.
good night,
Everybody.
John.
Larry. Good night,
Larry.
everyone.
Everybody that's here, good night. And
Remember, recovery works if you work it.
peace out, everybody.
Love you guys. Good night.